Hello. Round 22 tips, but before that, let's get into my results for tipping. So I got 6 out of 9. So for the round 21 tips, I got Western Bulldogs, West Coast, North Melbourne, Geelong, Collingwood, and Port Adelaide correct. So, and then it just went downhill on a Sunday. Hawthorn, Fremantle, St Kilda. Now I tipped St Kilda for an upset, but I was so close to getting 8 out of 9, but unfortunately they both choked up a lead and St Kilda, well, they didn't show up. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. So that is round 23. We want round 22. There we go. So we've got Sydney Swans versus Collingwood. This is very tough. I don't know who to tip. Sydney had a poor performance. At halftime it was like 86 to like 9 or something like that. And then Collingwood just held on. After the siren, Mitch McGovern absolutely shanked it. But I don't know. I think at home, Jordan De Goey's season's done, so I might Sydney by a goal. Alright, so the next one is Brisbane Lions versus GWS Giants. Now, Giants, they had a good comeback win against Hawthorn. I think they were 28 points down at three-quarter time. They played well in the last quarter. They didn't play well, really, for the majority of the game. But Brisbane, they had a dominant win against St Kilda. St Kilda, they're just there. But I'm going to go Brisbane by 16 points. North Melbourne versus West Coast Eagles. Oh boy. Bonstone Arena too, so they have a chance, West Coast, but at the same time, North Melbourne are pretty good down there. But just because of home advantage, I'm going to go North Melbourne by 10 points. Now, this is a game we have to win. Fremantle versus Geelong. Fremantle choked up like a 25-point lead, so they'll be a little bit angry, and I feel like they'll play well at home. But Geelong, we're an up and down side, so I don't really know. We're 5th at the moment, so I don't know if we're good or we're just there. I think we'll just be making up the numbers if we make the finals. If we're going to be honest, we might do a little bit of damage, but who knows? If we even get there first. I don't want to go against my club, but I think I'm going to have to after the performance we had against Adelaide. Like, we should have smashed them. Adelaide, they played a good game, but, it's our home ground, and we had, most of our team in. So I'm not sure what's going on with the Cats. Is it... I don't know. So I'm going to tip Freo by 7 points. Next game is Melbourne versus Port Adelaide. Melbourne, I don't even know what's going on with them. Like, is it the egos? Or is it just they're just playing bad football? And a lot of players felt like didn't even want to be there on the weekend. Like, they were just jogging for cardio. So I'm tipping Port Adelaide. They're very underrated, Port Adelaide. And they're going to smash Melbourne by about 56 points at the MCG. Next game is Essendon versus Gold Coast Suns. Now, it's a must-win for both clubs if they want to play finals, and I just think Essendon are the better side, and Gold Coast don't play well away from home, so that's pretty easy. Essendon had a really good win against Freo. They were 25 points down at three-quarter time. They came back and won by a point. Was it Zach Merritt, I think, had the clearance or something like that? And then Gold Coast, well, they showed up, so that's positive, but they just didn't hold on. They were just playing for the win. And, like, if a team wants to score and you're trying to be defensive for, like, 3 minutes, you're not winning. 99% of the time, you're not winning. Next game is Carlton versus Hawthorn. Don't know, it's hard. Because Carlton aren't even playing well. Like, they, after the last, 5 weeks, they deserve to miss finals. They're not that good. But in saying that, Hawthorn, choked up a 28-point lead as well to GWS, so I don't know. So I'm not sure really what the go is. I might tip Carlton by about 21 points. Next game is Richmond versus St Kilda. Now, Richmond, they obviously gone for the wooden spoon at this point. So I'm going to tip St Kilda. They surely they can win. I mean, St Kilda would probably lose. The only team to lose to Richmond, apart from Sydney, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to tip St Kilda by 3 goals. I think that's a respectable margin where both sides are at. One team's at 18th, the other team is not making finals, so about 14. So we've got Adelaide versus Western Bulldogs now. They had a crack, Adelaide, at Geelong. Very unlucky not to get the win. Western Bulldogs, they're just finals contentions. I don't know how the 7th, seriously, they're just dominating teams. And my power rankings, they're probably number 1 by now. I'm going to go Western Bulldogs by 45 points. I feel like that is a fair margin. Bulldogs will dominate the game. Adelaide will come back a little bit because of the home crowd, and they'll get the job done. Dogs by 45 points. I have submitted my tips, and that is the tips I will be sticking with. So hopefully I get 8 out of 9, and Freo is the only one to get wrong. So that's the hope. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the video. Leave a comment down below on your tips as well and your predictions for their upcoming final series. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Peace.